Hello and welcome back to the wonderful city of Vivec with me, Golden Self, where we're now, of course, without any real difficulty at all, and not having been killed, I'm sure, on the way down. We've just landed our levitation spell from the last episode. Or have we? No, we're landing it. Well, this is just me killing time. I could just use the dispel to let it end. There we go. Alright, now, tab. There we go. And head into the city of Vivec. Now, it's a big city. It's got several of these big things. I forget what they're called. These big buildings. We're at the Hlalu one right now, and I think I'm just going to go around it because we don't really need to stop there right now. I'm going to try and focus this campaign, this game, a little bit more so that it's more about our quests that we have at any given moment and less about just random exploration. And I'm going to try and edit more as well. I don't have any problem editing. It's just a question of remembering to do it, remembering to cut the video in certain places and not ramble off and get lost. So for example, right here, although it is gorgeous taking in Vivec, as you can see, there's a certain sameness to all of it. That one has 3 levels, that one has 2 levels, you know, and that's about it. But there are other impressive sights to be seen. We saw some of the temple in episode 30, and it is an amazing sight to behold. Let's see, we've got some banners here. I don't know what that symbol is. I know the symbol of House Hlalu is like scales almost. Yeah, see those scales right there? I guess we'll find out what that is right there when we get across the bridge. Also, if I remember right, there's some form of fast travel for Vivec, like for within the city of Vivec. Alright, well this is apparently the Nerevarine area. Nerevarine corner, according to my map that I'm looking at. And I'm actually going to, it's not as useful to me, it's more useful to me like this while we're here, because I can kind of see, yeah, Hlalu, Vivec. Maybe it is more useful like this, actually. Or at least, not as useless. Over there is the Imperial logo, or what do they call it? Pardon me, sigil. Sorry, I don't think I have a cold, but something is bothering my nose. You probably hear it in my voice. Yeah, here's the Skyrim logo / the Imperial. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Which makes this the foreign quarter, probably. And I don't have a problem seeing the foreign quarter first, as we have several things to do in it. Let's take a look, actually, while we're here, because I thought a little bit about this as well. Quests. Death of Raylan Hlalu. Maybe I can ask about that in the Hlalu area, actually. Black Jinx. This is a mission that I got when I handed in the muck. I did that off camera by mistake. I turned in the muck because I forgot that I hadn't done it yet, and I got a new mission to go get a ring called the Black Jinx, which is somewhere inside of Mora, and I haven't done anything on that mission yet, so don't worry. New clothes we still have. Coded message we still have. Sapphire Silver Dawn we still haven't done. Actually, I remember I was supposed to buy that from someone inside of Mora as well, I think. No, I'm thinking of a different quest. I'm thinking of that one in Caldera where I had to buy the Necromonicon or whatever. The Propylon Index. Alright. Mages Guild. No. None of these are in Vivec. Vivec Informants. This is the main quest. There's a Thieves Guild guy in St. Olms. There's an Argonian in the Foreign Quarter. In the Black Shulk Foreign Cornerclub. Well, we have to go there. And there is a Temple Priestess in the Hall of Wisdom. What's the deal with this Hall of Wisdom and stuff, anyway? And then we have, nothing else here, really, I think affects the city of Vivec. Yeah. But I did have also to join the Morag Tong, and I don't remember what else. We'll figure it out as we go along, I guess, or between little bits of or while I'm editing, kind of thing. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Okay, wait. Let me go back down here, because I see on the map there's like a thing. That might be one of the gondola things. Hang on. On the map down here. No, never mind. All right. I thought that see that thing over there? I thought that was it, but I guess it's not. It's just one of those water drained things. Uses the same exact design as the doorway, which is kind of interesting. Dunmer are very consistent in their designs of buildings. That's not true either. The different houses of Dunmer are very consistent in their designs of buildings. Tarvani, Redoran, Temple. It's all very temple style. And Vivec is a temple city. Like it's run by the temple. It's like papal state. Savini Saryan. So let's find out a little bit about Vivec. First of all, where are you? Who do you represent? You're a savant. And every canton has its own services. The Imperial Guild, go to the Foreign Quarter if you have a great house. There's also a Telvanni compound. Ooh. The Telvanni compound is the eastmost canton. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, let's click on cantons. Vivec's cantons are buildings with many levels. Oh yeah, that's what they're called, cantons, right? The upper works are the rooftops with shops and rich folks' manors. The wasteworks are the next tier down, usually shops and guilds with some apartments. Canal side is the lowest level where poor folks live. Okay, so we have the upper works, the wasteworks, the canal side. The underworks are sewers. Then they're not. Then below the canal side. Well, the canal side isn't the lowest level, then, is it, lady? I don't blame you though. Everybody gets that. That's a common mistake. Also, your eyes are scary, so I'm not gonna make fun of you. Freaky. Corridors are like mazes, so watch how you go. The temple builds all the cantons and leases them to shops, guilds, and residents. So it sounds like the underside. Oh, that's right. The underworks is where we have to go for the temple. We have a mission for the temple to do. Marcel Marad. I'm fine. What can I help you with? You don't have much to say, do you? Latest streamers? Have you heard? 7 victims here in Vivec? All with their throats slit? When it was just a few outlanders killed, the Ordinators weren't making much of a fuss. But now that they've had 2 of our own people with slit throats through their own, they seem very concerned at the Hall of Justice. I've heard that the Office of the Watch is quietly looking around for some special help. Anything that can kill 2 Ordinators before they can draw their weapons sounds like it will need special help. Well, we haven't checked that out for sure. A little bit of local mission for us. There should be a Cornerclub in here somewhere. The Black Shulk. Did they say that was here or in St. Ohms or one of the other saints? Quests. Yeah, this is the one where you're gonna have to go to a bunch of spots here in Vivec. We'll take a look at that. I think we already did look at that last episode actually, or previous or something. Vivec informants. Julia is an Argonian in Foreign Quarter at the Black Shell Quarter Club. So it's in here somewhere. It may not be here in the Wasteworks. We're in the lower Wasteworks right now, apparently. There's a lot. I remember Vivec being kind of confusing because until you get the hang of it, like all these cantons are very confusingly laid out until you get used to them, and then they all are kind of the same. See, that's gonna take me back outside, I think. And then over this way. Is another door to the outside. So where does this one go? Vivec is confusing. See, we're up here now. Well, check it out, there's a guy down there. Let's go check that out. Probably a quest involved. Oh no, it's just one of those random NPCs set, you know, distributed around the place, I think. And you are Ishirashi. Can I help you find someone in particular? I think that you could use a buck actually. But I think if I steal this gold, I'll get in trouble. Alright, let's head back up. You failed casting the spell. Right. There we go. Well, I'm going to look around the foreign quarter a bit because it is confusing and I have to get used to it, and then I'm going to come back. So, this is cheating, but I don't know whether you approve of this or not, and I don't care because I just don't... I could spend all day wandering around Vivek being lost, but I could also just say acrobatics to 2200 and run around and see where everything is, get it all on the map, and then return to regular speed. Also, my speed is actually docked, which is something I want to take care of on camera, I guess, but it's also unfair that I have to run around until I do that, so at a slower speed until I do that. So whatever, man, I don't care. It's not like I haven't played this game before, and it's not what I'm doing here is providing a service of what this game is like, showing what this game is like with a bunch of mods on. It's not really about being an excellent player of the game. It's about seeing everything, and well, seeing everything requires making certain shortcuts. That's how I see it. And I can justify it any way I want. It's my game. But this foreign quarter is very complex in and of itself. It's the biggest of these cantons. It has 3 layers. In addition to, like, it has 2 wastework levels, in addition to the normal stuff. And in addition to canal side, it has also canal works. So there's quite a bit going on. Now, one thing I cannot seem to find for the life of me is the something Cornerclub. Actually, it's quite funny. Even cheating, I can't find it, which I guess serves me right. But maybe not. I don't know. But I've been running around. I do know that it's not up here in the upper wasteworks. That it's down on the lower wasteworks here, because it's on the map somewhere around here. Here it is, the Black Shot Cornerclub. But see how it's sort of in a weird spot, and then when you go over there, it's not here. It must be above or below us, right? But I can't find... Oh, here it is. I was being stupid. Here's the Black Shot Cornerclub. Alright. Set athletics 22 again. That's how I remember which one it was. I just multiply it by 1,000 and we're good. So the Black Shot Cornerclub. Here's somebody named Irvin Davor. Waril Giral. Favel Gobor. You look like one of those octopus people from Mass Effect. Shut up and butt out, Outlander. It's the filthy lizard we're talking to, not you. Oh? This rotting piece of trash ought to be chained up somewhere for not running around loose. Oh, so we got some casual racism here. This lizard then. How about you? You probably are also in this conversation. Yeah. What? Are you some kind of filthy lizard lover? You want to give your little friend a big kiss? Well, I mean, I am a woman. How about you, Julia? Yeah, you're the one we're after. No, I am talking to you, don't worry. I welcome you as the friend of my friend, Golden Self, but I wish to go to my friend's bookstore, and these troublesome fools are in my way. I have tried to persuade them, but they hate my race and I fear there will be violence. Perhaps if you speak with them. But be careful, and be ready. Tell me about these troublesome fools. The sight of a free Argonian offends these racist thugs. I would tarnish my Morag Tong honor to slay them, and I don't want trouble. Oh, good. So getting in good with him means we can get in good with the Morag Tong, I guess. I don't want to trouble my friend Seralis Golmis by fighting in his club. I must go to my friend's bookstore, where we can talk in peace. If you have a way with words, perhaps you can talk to them, or if you have a way with money, they can be bought. Otherwise, I fear there must be bloodshed. We'll probably have to fight them then. Friend's bookstore. My friend, Jobasha the Khajiit, has a bookstore. Jobasha has rare books. Really, I don't think of Khajiit as being literary types usually, though, but I suppose it's not impossible. People tend to read books curled up with a cat, after all. If you agree to travel together with me there, I will answer your questions. But before we go, I beg you to try to persuade these troublesome fools to leave us alone. Otherwise, I feel they will attack us the moment we go to leave. That's funny, I don't remember there being any kind of, even mission followers. But I guess we do have them. Will you travel with me there? We leave through the doors of the foreign quarter wasteworks, turn right, west, continue down the hall. I know where it is. It's on my map anyway. I must warn you, Unless these troublesome... it's in the canal side area. Unless these troublesome fools are persuaded to behave like civilized... wait, no, it's not. Actually, that's a different bookstore. There may be fighting and killing if we try to travel together. Let's see if we can persuade them first. Wait here for now, and then let's see if we can persuade them. Just in case that triggers a fight. Doesn't seem as though... I could try to do like a persuasion. I could try to bribe them. You're too kind. I can't refuse such a friendly gesture. Spend a couple hundred gold on them, I guess? You're a thug. Are you a thug? You're also a thug. I don't want to bribe all of them. Oh, they all have 40 opinion of me right now. What if I try another... if I try to admire this one? It's not gonna work. No, wait. Let's try to bribe them again. Yeah, they love it. Did that affect all of you? No. But...
speak quickly.
if we can get one of them to...
say what you want or go away.
to leave them alone. Their disposition drops every time I talk to them. You know what? Let's just go.
You will suffer.
You will suffer greatly. You know what? I should have quick saved. Let's quick save. I'm sure we'll be fine. They're not even armed. Hey, pull out your weapon. Why can't I move? Why can't I draw? What's going on? Silence. Oh shoot. It's tricky bastards. There we go. Yes, we know the Quirus is broken. Ow. Alright, you guys are dead. Sorry. Sorry it had to be that way. But you attacked us. Hope that didn't lower the disposition. Ooh, throwing knives. Sweet. Attack 1 to 4. How much damage do these do? It doesn't really say. Marksman. So I can use these. Oh, let's close this up again. It's annoying that this is how it has to be. Alright, so let's draw this. So this is the throwing knife. We'll throw it at that wooden post. Alright. That's the throwing knives for us. That's cool. I'm gonna definitely play with those if I can remember. Natural leather Quirus value 37. I think that the natural leather is less than my chitin, right? Where is my chitin? Quirus. Don't I have one? Extravagant shirt. Here it is. Yeah, I'm rating 6. That's what I thought. Ooh, you've got throwing stars. Sweet. Let's check these out too. Just to see what they look like in hand and to see the animation. It feels a little weak, I gotta say. That animation doesn't quite do it for me. Maybe we can mod that or something. If it were Skyrim, it would be cooler. Let's just say that. Ooh, 100 gold? Killing these guys was definitely the better option. There's really no reason not to. Alright, and what's your shirt? It's kind of different. It's just a common shirt. Alright. Juju, you really party, Juju. You really party. And here is Morrowind Giral. So we got into a bar fight. That's cool. Vivek. Vivek is a city made up of 9 cantons, each a little town in itself. Each great house has its own canton, and outlanders have their own canton called Foreign Quarter. The arena is for public entertainment, like mock battles and plays. Ooh, so we have an arena. I wonder if we can fight in it. I don't remember. I don't think I ever tried to, actually, before. Commoners and paupers live in St. Delen and St. Olm's cantons. St. Olm's Canton and St. Delen Canton are residence cantons for commoners and paupers. Okay, moving on with the previous paragraph. But most of all, this is Lord Vivek's holy city, the Ministry of Truth, the Temple Prison, hangs above the great temple of the High Fane. Oh, that's what that giant floating rock is then. The halls of wisdom and justice and Lord Vivek's palace is also there. What is the temple of the High Fane? The High Fane is the largest tribunal temple on Vardenfell. Archcanon Sarioni presides over the temple, along with a large staff of priests. I wonder if Sarioni is the same Sarioni who preached Sarioni's sermons, which is one of the books that I have back at Balmora. It's priests, healers, monks, the sort of staff you'd expect the temple is there. Pilgrims travel from all over Morrowind to view the High Fane and the Ministry of Truth, and to offer prayer and thanks before the Palace of Vivek. The Palace of Vivek, you say? The Palace of Vivek is the abode of the mortal form of the god hero Lord Vivek, warrior poet of the three deities who comprise Almsivir, the divine patrons of the tribunal temple, as we know. Only the most devout are admitted to the presence of Lord Vivek, and only at his initiation. Beneath the Palace of Vivek is the Puzzle Canal, a place of worship and testing for questing heroes, hoping to receive Vivek's favor. So I'm definitely going to want to do that. That's part of the pilgrimage as well. Many choice treasures are guarded by Daedric servants in the Puzzle Canal's dark passages. Ooh, scary. Beneath the Palace of Vivek is the Puzzle Canal, blah blah. We pretty much, that's exactly the same couple sentences we just read. Jobasha's rare books. It's in the Foreign Quarter. Arena. The Arena compound lies between the Redoran compound on the west, Telvanni compound on the east, and I will fight for House Telvanni then. The area is the site, the arena is the site of public entertainments and combat sports. The comfortable domed arena has seating for hundreds of spectators. Beneath the arena are dressing and storage rooms for entertainers, and training rooms and animal pens. I wonder if we can actually fight there though. What else can we find out here? Ministry of Truth was hollowed out to provide a prison and re-education center operated by the temple ordinators for the correction of heretics. Oh. Interesting. Anything else? Let's go back to the main Vivek paragraph. Canton's Foreign Quarter Arena St. Ohms. We didn't finish reading about St. Ohms. The temple charges very reasonable rents for comfortable workshops, shops, and apartments, and most of Vardenfell's crafts and light industry is housed in these cantons, so they're not slums. The Abbey of St. Dellen, the Wise, is on the top tier of St. Dellen, and Hlaalu Councillor Yngling Half-Troll has a top tier manor in St. Ohms. Interesting, that's a Nordic name, a Nord name, so he must be a Nord working for House Hlaalu. That's very interesting. Hlaalu is supposed to be the most friendly and kind of cross-culturally open of the different houses. Here's a room door that we can totally crack open. We're sneaking right now, so there's really no reason not to. As we'll see if there's any loot to be had. Oh, what are you following me for, Hulia? Oh, that's right, you're traveling with me. Alright, well we better go to the bookstore first then before we try to steal anything, because I don't know if Hulia is going to might report my crimes or something. I'll have to figure that out separately. The bookstore. I think it's just across the way. See, exploring on my own time is going to save us a little bit of trouble. Here is a apothecary who does not restock ingredients, and here is an alchemist who does, as it turns out. Here's Jabash's rare books. Hulia says, yes, thank you very much. We should be free from distraction here. Now, I said I'd tell you about Nerevarine cult so you can report back to Caius. And look at me when I'm talking to you, Hulia. It's not polite to not look me in the eye when I'm talking to you. And I don't know of any Sixth House cult, but I can tell you what I do know. What do you not know of the Sixth House cults? I've never heard of such a thing. House Dagoth was the Sixth House, but in the War of the First Council, they betrayed the other great houses and were destroyed for their treason. But I've never heard of anyone worshipping them. Dagoth Ur, the ancient head of House Dagoth, is the devil of the tribunal faith, but I've never heard of anyone worshipping him either. How naive you are, Hulia. And then the Nerevarine cult? To understand the Nerevarine cult, you must understand the history of the Ashlanders. Nerevar means something very different to the Ashlanders from what he means to Dunmer of the Great Houses. Uh-oh, my timer's going. Let's finish with a little bit of exposition here. Well, he's quite a bit to click on. Maybe we won't finish with him right now. Let's finish the paragraph. I can't not finish a paragraph. You must understand the history of the Ashlanders. Nerevar means much to the great houses. You should also know about the persecution of the Nerevarine and the legacy of the False Incarnate, for the Nerevarine cult is the heart of the ancient conflict between the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled great houses Dunmer. Here is a summary for Caius, but ask your questions and I'll answer in detail. You know what? Let's click on some questions here. Nerevarine cult we just read. History of the Ashlanders. In the first era, that's a long time ago. This is the third era that we're in right now. The first era is like before Tiber Septim, before the Empire. This is an era where elves are dominant in Tamriel. But it's not the Merithic era either, which is literally where the elves are dominant in Tamriel. I don't know. Anyway, in the first era, the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Dunmer clans were much alike. Okay. The first council and the formation of the great houses. Ashlanders have been steadily, but after that, Ashlanders have been steadily forced into the poorest and most hostile lands. Now the nomadic tribes look to the prophesied return of Nerevar for a restoration of their ancient rites and religious traditions. Oh, okay, so they're angry and they're not going to take it anymore, and they've had enough with the political status quo, and they're all that stuff. Ashlanders, they hate the House Dunmer, who have become soft and who have abandoned tradition. You seem kind of sympathetic to them, Julia. You want to be an Ashlander? Who have abandoned traditional ancestor worship for the gods of the tribunal. And the Ashlanders hate Outlanders, who invaded and stole their land and forced them to live as a subject people. A reborn Nerevar who could drive out the Outlander invaders, destroy the false worship of the tribunal, and restore the pure traditional life and faith of the nomads will be a very popular hero to the Ashlanders. That makes sense. So maybe there is no Nerevar and it's all just wishful thinking. The great houses, we know who they are. We don't really need to read more about them. But it does note here, he does note that the great houses are only one of the native Dunmer cultures of Morrowind. The other native culture, the Ashlander culture, is nomadic barbarian culture, largely untouched by imperial influences. Right. And who have really weird names too for some reason. Alright, well. Anything else? Yes, there's the persecution of the Nerevarine. The temple treats the Nerevarine prophecies as heresy, and the temple imprisons and executes heretics, no doubt in the Ministry of Truth. Unless prevented by, or whatever it's called, the Ministry of Truth is what it's called. Unless prevented by, which I think is one of the ministries from 1984, if I'm not mistaken as well. By George Orwell. Unless prevented by imperial law. But since the Nerevarine cult is hot, and they wouldn't be prevented by imperial law most of the time because they have the authority to do what they want under the charter. But since the Nerevarine cult is hostile to the Empire does not interfere when, not charter, armistice, the armistice. The Empire does not interfere when the temple persecutes the cult. Well, that's another reason. Ashlanders hate the temple, and particularly the Ordinators for their ruthless treatment of the Nerevarine cultists. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, so anything else here before we end the episode? The False Incarnate. In the past, some have claimed to be the reincarnated Nerevar. The most recent is known as Peakstar, a figure of legend among the Wastes tribes for the last 30 years. The temple says these false incarnates disprove the prophecies, since the false incarnates fail and come to nothing. But the mystical Nerevarine cult glorifies rather than shrinks from contradictions, citing the appearance of false incarnates as failed incarnates as certain proof of Nerevar's coming rebirth. How nice. Anyway, now that we've talked to we were inside of him. I don't even want to think about that and what that implies metaphysically for us. As we were talking to him while being inside of him, after having just met him, he walks, he's got beast feet. Something that has been taken out of later Elder Scrolls games is, I don't know if it's in Oblivion, but in Morrowind, look, you have these beast feet and you can't wear boots. You're stuck with no boots, so there's a disadvantage to some of the perks. Strong disadvantages for some of the perks of being Argonian. And in Khajiit, they also have beast feet. Anyway, here we are in his bookstore. There's a guard guarding all these books, unfortunately, and now this one is over there too. But I think this guard moves around. We could steal a bunch of those books. Let's just say I cased this area out a little bit earlier. And then here we've got Jobasha as well, who also sells books and has things to say. Leah is here. Jobasha Chere reads books, buys books, sells books. What more can Jobasha say? Jobasha knows a little about everything. So you ask. Maybe Jobasha will talk. Oh, Jobasha. Jobasha, my throat hurts, Jobasha. Just saying your name hurts my throat, Jobasha. Alright, well, we're gonna go. I think I'm gonna probably play a Khajiit Skyrim campaign at some point, but that is for another time. I am Golden Self. Thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, show your support. And thank you very much for sticking with the series so far. And bye-bye.